You already know this feeling. Someone takes a shot at you. A comment, a rumor, a harsh message from someone who doesn't know the full story. Your first instinct is to explain yourself, to defend, to fix how they see you so you can finally relax. I know most of you have wasted hours in your head like this, rehearsing what you should say, what you should have said, what you'll say next time, right? This isn't just about haters, it's about a deeper reflex. The fear that if you don't defend yourself, you'll lose control of your own story. Stay with me. By the end, you'll understand why defending yourself often makes you feel worse. How to tell the difference between useful criticism and pure noise. And a quieter way to protect your name without exhausting your nervous system. Why defending yourself feels so urgent? When you feel attacked, your brain doesn't think in paragraphs. It thinks in alarms. Underneath the urge to defend is a very old fear. If they think badly of me, I'm not safe. So your mind tries to explain the real version, correct their misunderstanding, and argue until they finally see your side. But notice what happens next. The more you explain, the less you feel understood. The more you type, the more you replay their words in your head. Your entire focus shifts from the life you're building to the people trying to tear it down. Defending yourself feels like taking back control. In reality, it often hands your attention to the very people you wish didn't matter. The hidden cost of proving you're right. Every time you jump in to defend yourself, you're spending three things: your energy, with long replies, long arguments, long overthinking. Your focus, attention that could go to your work, your growth, your real relationships, and your peace. Because even after the conversation ends, your body stays wired. There's also a quiet psychological cost. When you keep explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you, you teach your own mind a dangerous lesson. My reality depends on their approval. That's why it feels so draining. You're not just fighting them. You're fighting the fear that maybe they're right. Not all criticism is the same. Learning not to defend yourself doesn't mean ignoring everything. It means sorting. You can ask a simple question each time you feel triggered. Is this an attack or feedback? Attacks sound like, you're a joke, you're fake, you'll never change. They go after your character, your worth, your identity. No curiosity, no nuance, just verdict. Feedback sounds like, when you said X, it came across as Y. This part didn't land for me, here's why. I disagree with you on this point. You may still not like it. But feedback focuses on behavior or ideas, not your existence. You don't need to defend yourself against every attack. You can simply recognize, this isn't about truth. It's about projection. You don't need to obey every piece of feedback either. You just need to ask, is there something here I can use? If yes, learn and move on. If no, don't argue. Just move on. The quiet strength of not reacting. There is a kind of strength that doesn't look loud. It looks like not answering. Not because you're weak. Because you're no longer applying for a job you didn't want, the person responsible for fixing everyone's opinion. When you stop defending yourself everywhere, people who want to fight lose interest. People who are watching you quietly notice your consistency, and you feel less pulled around by every wave of emotion around you. You don't have to clap back. You don't have to set the record straight every time. You're allowed to let a false version of you exist in someone else's mind. It will hurt your ego. It won't hurt your reality. But what about lies and real damage? There are situations where silence isn't strength. It's avoidance. If someone is actively harming your reputation in a way that affects your safety, work, or relationships, spreading dangerous misinformation that could hurt others, or crossing legal lines, then your response doesn't have to be emotional. It can be structural. You make a clear, calm statement once, not endless arguments. You have a private conversation if possible. You set boundaries or get professional help if needed. The difference is this: you respond to protect, not to be liked. You act once instead of spiraling endlessly. Knowing who you are changes how you respond. The less you know yourself, the more every opinion shakes you. When your sense of self is built on being liked, being seen as good, or being understood by everyone, Then criticism feels like an earthquake. You'll defend yourself not because they're wrong, but because you're afraid they might be right. But when your identity is grounded in your own quiet truth, you know your intentions even when they're misunderstood. You know your values even when others disagree. You know your growth even when they only see your past. You don't need everyone to get it. You just need to keep living it. Certainty doesn't scream. It doesn't rush to explain. It doesn't chase every rumor down the hallway. It keeps building. It keeps creating. It keeps showing up in the same direction. If you find yourself replaying attacks in your head, try this small shift. Instead of asking, "How do I defend myself?" ask, "What am I trying to protect right now? My ego or my actual life?" Most of the time, your life is already safe. It's just your ego that's bruised. And bruises heal faster when you stop poking them for proof.